Hello everyone, welcome back to my series of videos making a small chamber organ. I'm in the Queen Elizabeth Hall today, which is part of the South Bank Centre in London. Those of you who don't know, it's part of the three concert halls here, or Festival Hall, Queen Elizabeth Hall and the Purcell Room. There's also a National Gallery and the National Theatre as well. It's a huge complex built in the 50s. Here doing a concert with the Orchestra of the Age of Enlightenment, 2 harpsichords. And my little organ. We're going to move on now. Following the video on the casework, we're going to just do a short video on making the music desk for this organ. So hope you enjoy it. And please do like and subscribe, and we can share it further afield. That'd be great.
Okay, so this music desk will be made out of oak to go with the casework. I begin by making the frame that the desk itself is hinged to and attached to. So this frame will sit inside the top of the case, into a little recess on top of the case, and I'm just doing simple half-flap joints here. So I'm removing most of the material first before just finishing off by moving the piece across the blade. And it looks precarious, this, but it's not. As long as you've got the correct sort of blade on, it's nice and sharp, and you're not taking off too much material at a time. This is actually a really accurate way of getting these joints perfect. I don't have to do anything to these before I glue it up once it's set up on the saw. So this is a single rectangular frame made out of 4 pieces. And it's about 50 millimeters wide by about 12 millimeters thick. And there are the 4 pieces ready to be glued up. This is a design I've used for many, many years. It's just a simple desk on 2 legs that hinges up and has adjustable feet, which 2 or 3 adjustable positions for whichever height that particular player prefers, because obviously this instrument is used by potentially many, many different people, not just one person. So we have to try and cater for everyone's needs. So I'll loosely clamp each corner with a G-clamp. And then to make sure that the joints are tight all around, I will just put sash cramps, bringing the ends and the sides together. They don't have to be tightened very tight at all, just gentle pressure to bring the joints together. And then once the sash clamps are on, I can tighten down the G-clamps, and you can see the glue coming out. You don't need to press those down. I don't need any packing in between the G-clamps because that's all going to be tied up before it's finished. So then we make the actual desk itself. These are slightly narrower pieces, they're 30 millimeters. wide. Do the same method as with the frame. And before I glue that frame up, or the desk up, I will make the legs, support legs, and they're going to be chamfered or tapered, just for aesthetic reasons really. So that's one leg, and then we'll taper it the other way, the other leg. And then we'll taper it the other way as well. This is American oak. It's very hard, and it's tough on the tools. You have to keep sharpening them quite regularly. Keep an edge on the blades. Now there's the tape going the other way. And then we'll taper the final inch down to not a sharp point, but down to about 1 millimetre. So that will fit into the notches that will be cut into the frame, which you'll see in a bit. It's out of focus, but you get the idea. Then we'll glue that up. This is the legs attached with a rail, obviously going across so they move together, and they will be pivoted into the desk support, the desk frame. And then we have to drill the pivot holes for the support legs through the sides of the desk. So we'll do that obviously before it's all glued together. I've marked both sides of this so that if there's any wander in the drill, we can correct that by going in from both sides. So it's absolutely central, and it'll go in straight into the legs, and one final all the way through. So now we can glue up the desk. Same way as we glued up the frame. But make sure when we put these clamps on, they're bare steel, and if they come in contact with the glue, they will oxidise and leave black stains on the oak, which are very difficult to get rid of, so be a little bit careful. But don't get glue on the clamps. Then we've got the support, the music support on the desk. So I've just drilled, I tend to screw this as well as glue it, just for extra strength. So all the screws that you will see on the organ will be polished brass slotted screws. All these screws internally, which you don't see, will be zinc plated posi drive screws. So these are brass. And there's the support, music support. And then we need to cut the notches out for the adjustable feet. I think there's just 2 settings on this desk, sometimes do 3. If it was a harpsichord desk, I'd do another one which was almost flat, because sometimes the harpsichord's used by the director of the orchestra, so he is directing, conducting as well as playing, and he needs to see over the music. He won't be sitting down, he'll be standing up at the instrument. So he needs to see over the top of it, and he will be higher than usual, so the desk needs to be at a lower angle. But you won't have this problem with an organ, so the music desk is much higher. So I'm just using a very, very fine 1/8 inch or 3mm chisel here just to finish this off. Just always working to a knife edge. That's a nice view of my hand there, but you get the idea. Just taking my time, taking small bits at a time. Then we need to attach the desk to the frame, just by using some simple brass butt hinges. Don't have to recess these because they don't have to be. The instrument doesn't have to be. The desk doesn't have to be flush to the frame. There needs to be a little gap for the feet to be recessed underneath the desk when it's put away or flattened. A little bit of wax on the screws, brass screws. These screws can break, very small screws can break very easily. The brass ones have to be a little bit careful, so the bit of lubrication helps that. So we'll do the other one on the other side, and now we polish up all the brass work. So this is just on a buffing wheel with a bit of soap. We'll start by doing the hinges. To do one flap at a time on each hinge, because that just gets too hot to handle, as it were, otherwise. So we'll move on to the other one, come back to the other one once it's cooled down. So now we can put it all together. And you see the legs there with the pivot going through the side of the desk. I haven't actually showed the drilling into the legs, but that's a simple process of just putting in the vise and getting the drill upright. And that's just a 3mm brass rod going through into the legs. So we'll attach the hinges. And then down into the frame. For some reason I haven't got the whole desk in the frame, I'm afraid, but so you get the idea. We'll see the desk finally when the whole instrument is revealed. But this now will have a few coats of Danish oil to finish it off, like the casework. So there's the adjustable. There's only 2 settings on this. And there we have the music desk. And now we're going to move on. We're going to finish here and move on to fitting the blower and sealing the well to provide the wind for the organ. So that'll be the next video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe as always. See you in the next one.